Okay, welcome to the inaugural episode of Bootleg Gaming, or as I like to call it, oh god, what have I gotten myself into? Yeah, so, just because this is the very first video of this series, I'm going to quickly explain that we're not trying to specifically look for games which have been bootlegged, but rather, we're trying to find the things which had actual effort put into them, or even if it was like very little effort, but yeah, games that have actually been independently developed and yet shoved into these bootleg type consoles and such. Because maybe some of them are actually decent. Like, I mean, if you watch videos on YouTube about these things, sometimes these games rarely get more than like 5 seconds on screen. Unless you're watching something from like re-res or something, then they might go the extra mile. But the thing is I want to try to give these independently developed games, even if they are rip-offs, but are not specifically ROM hacks, I want to give them a fair shot. And that's what the point of this show is. So because of that, we're not going to be covering ROM hacks and stuff because a lot of them were just made by fans for free, and even the ones that were sold for cash, the thing is, if they're a ROM hack of an existing game, then you probably already know what the existing game is. Now, if that kind of thing does show up on the show, which I'm pretty sure it will sooner or later, then we'll give them quick looks, but I'm trying to make it a point to avoid that kind of stuff. So this particular device here, which you're seeing on screen right now, is the Cheertone CT-H1. It doesn't actually advertise how many games are on it, but I can tell you it's 62. So the thing is, it's separated out into motion sport game, because this thing does technically have motion controls, technically. Puzzle casual games, which are the games which don't use the motion controls, and classic games, which I'm going to quickly show you because this is literally just... yeah, these are clearly all ROM hacks and unlicensed stuff and everything. In a very terrible NES emulator, we will not be covering any of these because most of them are just normal games. And these aren't even built in. These are like on a micro SD card that's inserted into the device that it came with. So that's kind of sketchy. But ignoring those classic games, we have these ones. And the first game we're going to be looking at, I believe, is in the motion... Is it in the motion sport category? Okay, no, it's not in the motion sport category. It's in the puzzle casual category. So we are looking for... Not on this page. There it is. Happy Baby Karting. And something I should point out very quickly is that these controls kind of suck. The D-pad's the kind of D-pad where it doesn't have a center point, so you can push the entire thing down all at once. Makes it very hard to do diagonals properly. And I should also point out that the controllers, they're wireless, and unlike a lot of these bootleg systems which have wireless functionality that uses infrared, these are not infrared. Like, the device that's recording, that this is coming off of, plugged into my capture device right now, I don't even have line of sight to it. I can't visually see it, and this is clearly picking everything up. So it's not infrared, it's some kind of wireless. Like, maybe it's Bluetooth, I don't know. It doesn't actually say. Okay, so Happy Baby Karting. Let's actually finally get into this. So, what have we got here? Happy Baby Karting. 1 or 2 players. We'll select 1 player.
Ready? Go!
Okay, I think it's accelerating me automatically. Oh no, I gotta hold the A button down. Okay, so it looks like the idea is...
Strawberry.
Oh, it actually literally says strawberry when you run into them. That's kind of weird. You run into a power-up and it tells you what the
Peach.
power-up is. So it doesn't seem like I have any other controls other than left, right, and accelerate. Like, maybe there's a brake, but probably don't want to push the brakes.
Mango. Lemon.
Okay, that was weird. It said lemon in a very weird way there. So...
Banana.
Let's see, we've got...
Papaya.
We're getting a lot of fruit, let's put it that way. Oh wait, I see what's going on now. So, it looks like these levels are timed, and the idea is we're trying to get as many points as possible before the time limit runs out. And there's a particular goal that we're trying to reach.
Mango.
So we're at 3,400 and we need 4,500. Oh, I think I just missed a time power-up.
Grape.
Well, hopefully that doesn't become a problem.
Strawberry.
Okay, I think that's 4,200 something. Like, we're almost there. We just need a few more points.
Strawberry.
And we also got a Sonic bouncer sound effect. Like when Sonic hits those bumpers and it dropped us back to the... Okay. That's kind of weird. If you lose the game, it just boots you back to the game select screen. Okay, well at least we know that I have to hold the accelerator down, so it's going to be the A button. And now that we know that we're collecting fruit...
Watermelon.
Okay, that's interesting. That wasn't the first fruit we found the first time we played. So maybe there's some degree of randomness going on here. Okay, is this extra time? 5 seconds, that's
Mango.
it?
Peach.
Holy jeez. Okay, one thing I will say is the font up at the top, it's very difficult to tell what a 2 looks like. Because the 2 on that font up there is just very
Banana.
tricky.
Grape. Peach.
Okay, we're at 4,100. I think we're gonna... Okay, level complete. Okay, so we go on to the next level. Level 2. Goal is now 6,000 points. I'm not sure if that's more or less time than we started with before. We got 2 minutes on the clock.
Chili.
Oh,
Broccoli.
we've actually got
Tomato.
different things this time around. Now they're vegetables.
Carrot.
Okay, that's weird. The music just changed completely.
Pumpkin.
Like, that's weird because the music, like, carried over from the first round and continued playing, and all of a sudden, mid-track, or mid-race,
Cucumber.
we suddenly have new music.
Eggplant.
It's very weird. So I'm kind of looking at the graphics as they're going by here. There's definitely some scaling stuff going on. Like, this is definitely a 2D game, not a 3D game. There is no 3D rendering going on here. I don't think. You know, actually, it's kind of hard to tell. Okay, we beat level 2 here. So, level 3, 2 minutes 30 on the clock. And 7,500 is our new goal. Okay, we got different music again. Or is this the first music?
Banana.
Oh, we're back to fruit now. Okay, so it looks like we've already exhausted the roster of things to pick up.
Lemon.
And also, in terms of the controls, even though you move side to side very slowly, they are responsive.
Pear.
So there is that going for it.
Mango.
And you do slide to the sides a little when you're taking corners.
Lemon.
But because the corners are all the same sort of
Watermelon.
curve to them, like normally in a racing game like this, you'd have like different strengths of corners. Some of them would be like really tight and some of them wouldn't. Here, all the corners seem to be the same sort of intensity.
Apple.
So you can fight against the corners pretty easily, so long as you
Banana.
get moving to the side much sooner.
Mango. Grape.
Okay, moving on to level 4 now. 3 minutes, 10,000 point goal. Yeah, there doesn't seem to be too much changing between the levels now. One thing I am going to note here is that the levels seem to get easier, not harder.
Broccoli.
Like, one of the things you have to be careful of when you're doing multi-level structure games, where you're increasing both a time limit and a score limit, is that if you don't increase them comparatively... Oh, you've finished the game. And it boots us back here. Okay, then. So what I was trying to say is that, generally speaking, in a game where you're increasing both a score limit or a goal that you're trying to hit and a time limit, if you don't increase them comparatively speaking, you're going to decrease the difficulty or increase the difficulty unintentionally. And that's what was happening here with Happy Baby Karting. If we go back into it here, is that the time limit starts at 1:30. It was going up by 30 seconds per level, but the goal, starting at 4,500, was only going up by 1,500 per level. And what ended up happening there is because of the way the game is designed here, it actually gets easier as you get further in. You can make more mistakes and still succeed. Like, it's not balanced perfectly in that sense. But I mean, all things considered, this isn't that bad a game. Like, that's what you're gonna have to come to expect here, is that a lot of the games we look at are gonna be really simple games. But the point is, are they playable? And do they have any level of fun whatsoever? And quite frankly, this one is very simple, which we're expecting. It controls fine. Like, that's an important part here. It controls perfectly fine, despite the fact the controller for this thing is not very good. And in terms of the fun factor, like, I mean, if you wanted to kill some time, this'll do it. Okay, so Mahjong Clean is another one in the puzzle casual category here. Where is it? Next page. There it is, Mahjong Clean. Now, obviously I know what Mahjong is, but clean, I wonder why it's added that word. Especially when you take a look at the screenshot there, the thumbnail, and they've been put into like a grid? Interesting. Well, let's see what we got here. So, 1 or 2 players select, once again. Level 1. Oh, it's a puzzle game using the typical Mahjong tile clearing. Okay, I get it now. So, it looks like I think I want this one and this one. And then these two here. Then these two. Okay, so yeah, it seems to be, it's a puzzle game based on Mahjong tile clearing concepts. So there you go, first level. I'm noticing the backgrounds too. There's something very interesting going on with these backgrounds, because they don't look like, they kind of look like photos, but they kind of don't. So I think for this one, I want to go this pair like this first. And then these two. And then these two. These two. And I think I've almost got, yeah. So the controls here are a little weird because the cursor sometimes likes to lock onto the tiles, but not always. So with this level here, it's one of these pairings for this symbol here that I have to get rid of first. But whatever one it is, the next one I gotta get, for whichever one is left, is under here. And then this particular tile right there seems to be way over here. Well, you know what? The way this puzzle is designed, I don't think there's a logical way to... I don't think there's a logical way to get it wrong and win. So if we like just do a pairing, then I think we'll find out pretty quickly if we got it right, if we got the right pairing or not. And yeah, this looked like it was the wrong pairing. Okay, well at least it gave us a try again there. So let's see if so clearly we need whatever's under here. And then this will go here. We've got these two sets like that. What? Gotta click it again there. And then once we pull this one off, okay, now we're home free. Now it's literally impossible to lose because everything is available to pick. So I think with this one, I'm gonna wanna pull these off first because that's easy to do. Get rid of all 4 of those. And then we're already left in a situation where we can get rid of these 4. And if we get rid of, or maybe we shouldn't have done that. Okay, we gotta get rid of those 2, then those 2. Okay, we're good. I think there might have been multiple solutions to that one. That one didn't seem like I was totally screwed there. Oh, this is gonna continue to get way harder, isn't it? I mean, it's at this point, we're just sort of straight up just playing regular tile matching Mahjong at this point. But, you know, there's still, like, this has clearly still been handcrafted in terms of a puzzle. Like, someone had to come up with this layout. Now, it's possible that the people who put this product together may have just copied this layout from some other program, because let's not forget, Mahjong is stupidly popular. So it's very possible that they just took a look at some other... Wait. Okay, everyone, take a look at the screen right now and tell me what's wrong. If you guessed that this piece is floating half off the other piece and should be falling on the table, you are correct. What is going on here? Why do we have a magically levitating piece? I'll get rid of it before anything worse happens. Okay, we're almost done with this one. So clear these last little bits out, and... oh, come on. Yeah, as I said, the controls are not the greatest on this. And then level 6. Oh boy. Okay, I think we've gotten a good taste of how this is going to play. But, I mean, this, to be fair, there's clearly these puzzles can be solved. And the other thing, too, is if you actually... I'm just going to, like... I'm not even going to think about it right now. I'm just going to pull pieces until I get a game over. Just to point out a particular thing going on with the game. I was about to say, am I going to clear this without actually trying? But no, I can tell that I'm already screwed. But if I actually go all the way through, it tells me, game over, try again. It's not booting me back to the title screen. It recognizes that this is a puzzle game, this is difficult. If you lose, it's not sending you all the way back to level 1, it's letting you give it another shot. So yeah, Mahjong Clean. This one is perfectly viable as a time killer for clearing out these puzzles and stuff. But there is one little problem here, because this is the kind of game where you may want to just sit down with it for just a little bit and then come back to it later. But if we actually exit the game here and then go back into it, I'm going to guess that it's going to start us at level 1. Because, sure, we can select players, but actually, that's a weird question. But yeah, if we start it back up again, it puts us back on the first level there. So you can't really save your progress. But how do you play this 2 players? Oh. Okay, so both players are just playing at the same time to clear to the same goal. Because yeah, there's a second controller with this. I don't have it on at the moment, but yeah, so it's just the players play simultaneously to reach the same end goal. So yeah, Mahjong Clean. It works as a puzzle game, but you can't save your progress, and I imagine that there's not going to be a huge number of puzzles, so once you've cleared them all, then it's going to be the same puzzles again.